Hello, hello, hello. So today is March 13th, and let's see what it has to say. All great changes are preceded by chaos. Picturequotes.com. In the world I live in, this seems to remain a truth. But what if I can go within to a place where I no longer have to use chaos to precede positive changes in my life? What if, as I continue to release the muck that holds me back, I adjust along my path, much like a plane adjusts to stay on course so it can land? What if I can make course corrections along my path that allow me to not have to be drenched in chaos to decide that change is needed? If chaotic events do happen, what if I can now move through them with a lot more grace and ease? I allow myself all of my feelings, and I use tapping to move through these events so chaos can now be met with empowered transitioning. I move through life events with more emotional intelligence as I've practiced being more emotionally fit every day. Thought for the day: what if, in my world, I can learn that chaos no longer has to be the only fuel for positive change? I think it's Tony Robbins, whether you like him or not, that said, people either change out of desperation or inspiration. And he said, in our culture, unfortunately, most people choose desperation. I wouldn't say that's even unfortunate. Sometimes that is what it takes. I do think it warrants unhooking potentially from the idea, because it can be this paradigm that we all get stuck in, like, okay, I have to have chaos for things to change. And just to soften that. And trust me, I've had plenty of chaos in my life that's preceded changes. But to the idea of, like, well, do I have to have chaos to make changes? Maybe I can just make them, from a different standpoint. So anyway, I don't think it's unfortunate that people change out of desperation. That is sometimes the rocket fuel to help us, and also to know that change is possible just because we get inspired. And this is actually the other thing I want to say about this. What I have found with tapping, hey Michelle, is the more I continue to tap, and that cumulative effect, here's my girl Grace, the more I create an opening and a space for inspiration to come, to make more choices in my life out of inspiration rather than desperation. I'm growing a beard. And I think that comes as a natural byproduct of consistent tapping, because we start to clear the muck out. And then all of a sudden, to me, we have this space to remember the truth of our being and to come back to the authentic self. So Grace, say hello to everyone. Yes, my permanent appendage. Let's tap. Karate chop. Even though it's true. Oh, awesome, Marcia. Chaos often precedes change for me. And what if that could be different too? I have a cheerleader with pom-poms. Even though chaos, desperation have often been magnets for change for me, what if this could be different over time? And then go to the eyebrow. Somebody wants attention. All this chaos, all this desperation. What if the beauty of tapping is the more I do it with consistency, the more I create an opening for real lasting change and positive inspiration to come. I like that idea a lot. I don't want to judge myself or make myself wrong for making changes because of chaos or desperation. But what if there's another way? What if by tapping consistently, I start to create an opening for my intuition to become louder, to follow that voice into inspired action? I really like that idea a lot. As I commit to my personal growth, what if over time, positive lasting change becomes this beautiful byproduct of releasing the learned limits from my energy system? I really like that idea a lot. And what if over time, I start to notice I hear my intuition more, and I'm feeling better, and then I take inspired action as the steps get revealed one at a time, because my authentic self now has the space to be seen, to be heard, to be recognized. And what if this is the way it's always meant to be? And what if these things that have caused me so much pain and suffering are the very things that are leading me back to this place? And take a breath. I got a little love bomb there. That was awesome. And I do love that. It's just such a relief for me to go, yeah, the very things that have caused me so much, and I get love hairs now, so much pain and suffering in my life are the things that are leading me back to a deeper and more meaningful connection with my, a higher power, whatever you want to call it, my authentic self. So Marcia said, wisdom words, just needed them right now. Isn't that, I love the synchronicities when that happens. Like, I freaking love it. Oh, awesome, Marcia. It's like, I've been noticing more and more of those too. I got a couple things, just like off Facebook, these little things that popped up, little quotes. It was like, holy shit. Like, that's exactly the thing I needed to hear. And I think the more we tap and clear out the muck, the more those little synchronicities, the more those things just appear to us that are messages to us, that we're not alone, that we have guidance and direction around us all the time. It's much like if you've ever seen a new car for the first time. It's a new model. You've never seen it before in your life. And now I have this experience. All of a sudden, I see those cars everywhere. Like, I can't unsee them because my mind is open now to seeing them. And that's, to me, what tapping does, is things that might be right in front of us. We can't possibly see them because of the muck that's in the way. But as we clear out the muck, all of a sudden it's like the doors open, the veil comes off. And it's like, oh, wow. And you start to get these little synchronicities. It can seem like from the most innocuous places, but I truly believe that's the way that Spirit speaks to us. And right after my sister passed away, I think some of you, might have heard this. I was doing a video. Well, I was walking out into my office when I was out in the casita, and there was a bird, and my sister loved birds. She had parakeets and finches, like birds were her thing. And I walk out, and there is a bird in my office, and it's flying around. And normally, you know, birds will get stuck. And I literally walked in, I went, "Hi, Mary." And then I just, you know, left the door open and the bird flew right out. And I literally was like, there's a message for Mary. For me too. Oh, awesome, Connie, right? And super synchronicity. I love it, Marcia. Yeah. So it's just like, notice the signs. That's a good, like, notice the signs. Where are the signs? They're all around me. They're guiding and directing me. But when the muck's in the way, it's really hard to see that. So what if just the rest of the day today, whatever time you have left in the day, wherever you are, you could start, be like, I just notice the signs. Help me see the signs. And I think you'll find it becomes quite fun. And you're like, oh my God. Oh, and there's another one. Oh, and there's another one. All right, great, everyone. Have a great rest of your day. And then see you back here tomorrow with March 14th. Message from a bird, your sister connecting. It's so, yeah, it was so beautiful. And I see birds all, she talks to me in birds for sure. I had a hummingbird just flying around me one day after she passed away, just constantly. And I was like, hey, Mary. So that's how I think one of the ways my sister communicates to me. So, all right, everyone, have a great one. Bye-bye. See you later.